Big transfer news coming out of Camp Nou. Barcelona are setting a €60 million cap for their top forward target as Deco confirms the club is pushing for 4 major signings this summer. But that's not all. A veteran defender could be on his way out, with 5 clubs already circling for his signature. Could this be the beginning of a new era for Barca? Stick around as we break down who's coming in, who's on their way out, and what these moves mean for the club's future. According to journalist Jose Alvarez-Haya, Barcelona remain firm in their pursuit of Liverpool winger Luis Diaz but have set a clear spending limit of €60 million for the 28-year-old. The Colombian international continues to be the top priority for the Catalan club, and while negotiations are expected to be complex, Barca are hopeful a deal can be reached within their financial boundaries. Despite Liverpool showing no intent to sell, Barcelona believe the Premier League club's stance could change as the summer progresses. Barcelona will not go overboard. The Spanish giants have marked a deadline for the deal, both in terms of time and finances. They are unwilling to stretch beyond the €60 million figure and are confident this strategy will work in their favor if Liverpool decide to restructure their squad. Crucially, Diaz has already given the green light to a move to Barcelona. He is fully aligned with the idea of joining the La Liga side, although he has not ruled out a contract renewal with Liverpool either. This openness has given Barca the belief that the situation is far from closed. Liverpool may be forced to sell. Barcelona's optimism is also driven by Liverpool's potential interest in signing Bayer Leverkusen star Florian Wirtz, who could cost between €130 to €150 million. The Reds are in final stage to confirm the German's arrival, and once that is done, they may need to offload players like Diaz to balance the books. Diaz remains under contract at Anfield until 2027, but his future is not set in stone. As the transfer window continues to unfold, Barcelona are preparing to increase their efforts, albeit within a strict financial framework. The Blaugrana are determined to stick to their budget and will not overpay, even for their top target. Top players Barcelona could sign following Deco's statement about making 4 new additions. A fresh insight into the transfer plans of the brass at La Liga giants Barcelona has this week been forthcoming online. This comes after Blaugrana sporting director Deco turned heads courtesy of a recent round of comments. Speaking during an interview with the BBC as cited by Diario Sport, the leading figure at the Camp Nou when it comes to transfers admitted that he and his staff were eyeing 2, 3 or 4 signings. And this week, an insight into the likeliest candidates to arrive in Catalonia's capital has been provided. The info comes courtesy of Mundo Deportivo, and confirms that in the case of Barcelona signing a quarter of players, the following group are being eyed: Joan Garcia, Luis Diaz, Alejandro Grimaldo, and Ivan Perisic. Shotstopper Joan's arrival from Espanyol is of course as good as done, whilst winger Perisic is set to be available as a free agent upon the conclusion of his contract with PSV Eindhoven at the end of the month. Liverpool, on the other hand, are playing hardball with attacker Diaz, whilst it remains to be seen how open Bayer Leverkusen would be departing with left-back Grimaldo. Barcelona open to selling defender as they begin listening to transfer offers. La Liga giants Barcelona have opened to the potential sale of a member of the club's backline this summer. That's according to Diario Sport, who point towards Gerard Martín as the player in question. The name of defender Martín has of course taken its place front and center in the media chatter surrounding Barcelona over recent days. This comes after word was forthcoming that the 23-year-old has been identified as a leading summer target on the part of not 1, but 2 Premier League clubs. Both Bournemouth and Wolverhampton Wanderers are understood to have earmarked Martín as a potential signing with a view to next season. And if the latest word stemming from the Spanish press is anything to go by, then Barcelona are not at all opposed to a sale. As per a report from Sport, Barca have decided to listen to offers for Gerard Martín, although the final decision will be in the player's hands. 5 potential destinations for Barcelona veterans set to leave the club. In a major development reported by German outlet Bild, hat-tip Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona goalkeeper and club captain Marc-André ter Stegen is said to be drawing attention from several top European clubs. The 33-year-old, who has been a mainstay in goal for the Catalan giants, may no longer be the undisputed starter for the 2025-26 season. With Joan Garcia's long-term contract now secured until 2031 and Wojciech Szczesny also renewing, the club appears to be planning a shift in its goalkeeping hierarchy. These developments have significantly impacted ter Stegen's role within the squad, and as a result, several elite clubs have begun to monitor the situation closely. A potential departure this summer is now being discussed more openly, especially if Ter Stegen himself feels sidelined by the new structure. Top clubs eyeing Ter Stegen. One of the strongest links is with AC Milan, where Mike Maignan is reportedly close to joining Chelsea. If the Frenchman does make the switch, Milan see Ter Stegen as a high-level replacement, although they are also considering other options like Miles Sviler from Roma. Meanwhile, Manchester City are on the lookout for a dependable successor to Ederson, who has missed large parts of the season with groin issues. Ter Stegen's consistency and experience make him an ideal candidate. Paris Saint-Germain are another club watching the situation. Gianluigi Donnarumma's future remains unclear with just 1 year left on his contract. Talks over an extension have reportedly stalled, and PSG could turn to Ter Stegen if they decide to part ways with the Italian. Elsewhere, Juventus and Newcastle United are also in the picture. Although Juventus are not prioritizing a new goalkeeper, Ter Stegen would clearly raise their level. Newcastle, on the other hand, need a commanding presence in goal ahead of their return to the Champions League, and the German could be exactly what they need. With Barcelona keen on offloading the German, the rising interest is positive news for the club as they look to manage the wage bill for the 2025-26 season. So, Barca fans, with a €60 million budget for a new striker, Deco's bold signing strategy, and a key defender potentially on his way out, the transfer window is heating up fast. Which player do you think will be the biggest signing of the summer? And who should the club offload to make it all happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest Barca transfer scoops, and turn on the bell so you never miss a beat. The summer heat is rising, and so is the drama at FC Barcelona. Wonder Kid Lamine Yamal just dropped a mysterious message as he kicks off his holiday, leaving fans and the club puzzled about what it could mean. Meanwhile, Barcelona could be preparing to terminate another forgotten veteran's contract, just like they did with Lenglet. And in a surprise twist, a 28-year-old Premier League winger, on vacation himself, is now only thinking about wearing the Barcelona shirt. What's going on behind the scenes at Camp Nou? Let's dive into the full story. Lamine Yamal has headed off on holiday after a long and thrilling season for Barcelona and Spain. Barcelona's teenager won 3 trophies with Hansi Flick's side but tasted disappointment in his final game of the campaign as Spain were beaten in the Nations League final. Yamal then came in for weird criticism from former Real Madrid player Guti for wearing his cap backwards, and those comments don't appear to have gone unnoticed. The Spain star has posted a series of photos on Instagram showing him relaxing in the sunshine, although there's also a picture of him wearing his cap backwards and also the message, "They complain about the bad ones and they abuse the good ones." Yamal now gets the chance to disconnect from the football world and recharge his batteries. While many players are now slogging it out at the Club World Cup, Barcelona stars have over a month off as they are not due back for pre-season until the second week of July. Barcelona are reportedly considering cutting ties with a long-forgotten squad member, potentially terminating his contract just like they did with Clement Lenglet. Oriol Romeu has returned to FC Barcelona following a season-long loan at Girona, the very club he left back in 2023 to join the La Liga champions. Romeu did not feature in Hansi Flick's plans and returned to Montilivi last summer, where he had previously excelled under Michel, to compete in the UEFA Champions League. However, the midfielder did not reach the level that he had shown at Girona back in 2022-23, which helped him earn a move to Barca. Now, at 33 years of age, Romeu has returned to the Blaugrana, with 1 season remaining on his contract. Contract termination an option for Romeu. According to Sport, Barcelona could explore the possibility of mutually terminating Romeu's contract, similar to the arrangement recently reached with Clement Lenglet. The French defender, who still had 2 years left on his contract, was paid a small compensation of around €1.5 million and handed a letter of freedom, allowing him to join Atletico Madrid for free. So far, Romeu has not spoken with either Deco, Barcelona's sporting director, or head coach Hansi Flick. He is awaiting news as well as a possible meeting between Deco and his agent, Magic Diaz, to determine his future. The 33-year-old is aware, however, that there is no space for him in Flick's squad, with the midfield already well covered by Frenkie de Jong, Pedri, Marc Casado, Gavi, Marc Bernal, and even Eric Garcia, whom the German has used as a number 6. Romeu, who has previously played in the Premier League for Chelsea and Southampton, would prefer to remain in Spain. However, before considering any offers, he wants to understand Barcelona's intentions. It is expected that the situation will be resolved before the start of the pre-season next month. If not, Romeu could begin pre-season preparations under Flick on July 13 while awaiting an update on his future. FC Barcelona are looking to make several signings to strengthen their squad for the upcoming 2025-26 season, and in addition to the goalkeeper position, one of the areas of the team that they want reinforced is that of the left wing. The Catalans are reportedly already in the final phases of signing the goalkeeper Joan Garcia, and are also working on strengthening their attack. In this latter regard, their favorite candidate is reported to be the Liverpool winger Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz has his sights set on one thing this summer: a dream move to Barcelona. The Colombian winger is said to be fully focused on making the switch to Camp Nou, putting all other options aside. The Colombian star himself is keen for a move to Barcelona, and this is clear from a report from Mundo Deportivo, which claims that Diaz has started his vacation while thinking only about playing for the Blaugrana team for the next season. The Liverpool winger was one of the stars in the high-profile South American World Cup qualifier match between Colombia and Argentina, in which he scored an amazing goal after beating 4 Argentine defenders: Christian Romero, Nahuel Molina, Nicolas Otamendi, and Leandro Paredes. In addition to this goal, he also came close to scoring another goal, and his teammate, Richard Rios, missed another great chance created by him. Ultimately, his team could only get a draw against the 10-man Argentina team, top scorer in South American qualifiers. This was the last game for the Colombian in the 2024-25 season, and yesterday he started his vacation after having been the top scorer in the South American qualifiers with 7 goals, one more than Lionel Messi and the Bolivian Miguel Terceros. Liverpool are not participating in the Club World Cup, and thus, Luis Diaz is already enjoying holidays with his family, while thinking about playing for Barcelona next season, something he has dreamed of since his childhood. He knows this might be his last chance to play for his favorite club, while Liverpool themselves might not be too averse to his transfer after having signed Florian Wirtz for €150 million. So from Lamine Yamal's cryptic vacation message, to contract cuts looming for out-of-favor veterans, and a Premier League star dreaming of Barca glory, this transfer window is shaping up to be anything but predictable. Are we witnessing the start of a silent revolution at Barcelona? Or just smoke and mirrors before a major summer shakeup? Hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe, because things are getting wild in Catalonia.